All right, chapter 12, page 305, adding a contact form to a page. Our products page is not, we don't have a products page, we don't have an events page, and we don't have a travel page. Let's open up the index.dwt, and we're going to get rid of green products. Let's delete that. We're going to get rid of green news. Delete that. And green travel, we're going to name it green sign up form. Or green sign up. We'll just call it green sign up so it's on one thing. And we're going to call this one, we're going to link it to sign underscore up dot PHP because we're going to make a PHP page. Oh yeah. Okay. All right, so let's save that. Command S to save, update, and close. Open up your index page. We'll see. Yep, looks fine. Great. All right. As I said, we're on chapter 12, page 305. Let's start. We need to make a new page called signup.html. So let's take one of these pages. Let's take our, let me see, maybe our tips page because it's all the way across. And let's get rid of our table. We might be putting in a table for this, probably will. Let's get rid of our accordion. Spry, I just clicked on the blue thing, you saw that, right? Clicked on the blue tab right here and press delete. And let's go to code mode. We can get rid of this up here. Inside the head tag is the link for the jQuery. We don't need any of this. Delete it. We're going to make new JavaScript for validations. See if we have anything else in here. We don't have anything. We're good. Okay, let's go back to design mode and let's save it. File, save as. Sign underscore. Whoa! What happened? Oh, I pressed enter, didn't I? At sign. Haha. Sorry. I'm going to save that. I'm going to close it. And sign came up here. I'm going to do an underscore up signup.html. Press enter. Where did the end go? God, I'm just not getting it today, am I? There we go, sign up. That means that my index.dwt sign up is not PHP, it's HTML right now. So let's put the signup.html. Good. Let's close this. Save it. Yes. Update. Okay, close. Sign up. We're going to eventually hook up this page to a PHP page that's going to have the post has all the instructions on what the contact form needs to do, so it can send to whoever in an email. All right. We're going to page 305, number 3. Select the placeholder heading, yada yada. Okay, we're gonna, instead of tips, we're gonna name this EcoTour sign up form. EcoTour sign up form. Okay, save. Command S, Control S. Number 5 says to type sign up for the EcoTour. We don't need to write that. I'm just interested in making the contact form. Open the insert panel and select forms. Then from the category list, in the forms category, click the form icon. Form icon is the first one right here. Bam. If you go to code mode, you'll see form ID form 1, name form 1, method post. I'm going to highlight that just like it was before. There we go. Now, come down here to the bottom where it says form ID and where it says form 1, we're going to write EcoTour lowercase. That's on the bottom of page 305. I'm reading the book on this one because I've done this 3 or 4 times and it's a pain in the butt. I gotta tell you, I'm not a huge fan of making contact forms. If a client wants it, I will make it, but they're gonna pay. All right, next page, 306. All right, we don't need any of that. We don't need any 307. We're gonna skip a couple things. Page 308, using text fields. All right, go and click inside your form. Inside of it, the form is red dots. Almost looks like a div, doesn't it? Well, because it is a div. If you go to code mode, you'll see that it's a form tag. Okay, and divs are just like paragraphs. In the form category of the insert panel, click the text field icon. Text, second one down. It's one used the most, almost. Now we're going to name this right here, the text field. We're going to name it name because I want to put the name of the person. And if we double click on that, nothing happens. But come down here to the bottom, and in the name, we're going to write name and class. We don't want a class. No class on that. Size. We can make this bigger. We could probably make it like 50 max. See what happens. Look how long that goes now. Let's bring it back to 30 maybe, right? It's kind of cool, right? Let me go a little. We want to get the name. I don't know if we want to write first and last name. We could just regular first name. I could put 20 in there. There we go. Maximum length, whatever. We could write 20 in there too. Value. We could write, put your name in there. If we put that right there, the name will probably pop up like that. It's kind of cool, right? I'm going to take that out for now. Okay. All right. On our tag, we want to do, let's look around for attach label tag using for attribute. I'm looking at the CS6 book, and I'm looking at CC properties, and it's kind of a pain in the butt because I'm going to try to figure out how to do that. Disabled, required, autocomplete, read-only, autofocus, form, pattern. That's good. Let's click on the code. Input name. Name is name. Type is text. ID is name. So your name. So when you go to the email where it says name here and name here, that's what it's going to say in your email, because that's going to be part of what's hooked up with the PHP. Okay, it's got to be labeled. Labeled the name, and it all goes together somehow like that. It baffles my mind. I'm going to press enter, and I'm going to put in another one. We're going to do a Spry validation text field, page 309. Adding interactivity. You learn about the Adobe Spry frameworks for Ajax. Easy to create form fields with built-in validation. That's what I'm looking for. Validation is the process of verifying that appropriate data has been entered into a form element. That maintains the integrity and quality of the data entered into the form and passed to your data application. Page 310, we're down to number 3. Form category, we're going to click on Spry validation text field. Alright, let's go down to the bottom. Where's Spry validation text field? Well, I'm working in CC, and the validation is for CS6 and CS5, and I think CS4. But they changed it for CC. They're doing everything with Bootstrap now and jQuery. So I'm just going to show you how to make a contact form without validation. You're just going to have to put little asterisks on things saying each one needs to be chosen. And I'm going to do real simple. I'm going to do name, I'm going to do email, and a text place, and then a submit button. Really simple, easy stuff. And for the sign up tour. All right, we're going to do an email. Let's come over here to the right and click on email. And let's click on that email. Name is email. We want this to be required. Click on required. Name. Click on name and make sure this is required too. Maybe that's the way it's going to be now. Email. Good. Let's go to code mode. Email. Everything's good right there. Let's go to design mode. Let's do Command S. Press enter. And we're going to do, well, this is simpler if we're not doing it that way. I'm going to have to figure out how to do it with Bootstrap. All right, next page is page 315. Let's see if we can insert a checkbox. Over on the bottom of the insert form, there is checkbox group. That's what we want. And we're going to name it, we're going to name it tour date, because we're going to sign up for the tour dates. We're going to do label 1. We're going to write in, it says September, let me see, June, September, March. Can we do this one? Can we get, no, we can only do this one. Okay. Let's do June space 15-25, comma, 2016, right? I'm going to copy, I can't copy anything, can I? Checkbox is going to be named tour 1. This one is going to be tour 2. I'm going to make another one. That one's going to be tour 3. In this box, we're going to say September 7 to 17, comma, 2016. The last one we're going to do March. Make sure everything's spelled correctly. 15 to 25, comma, 2016. Line breaks, no table. We're good. I think that's it. Press OK. There we go. Let's go to code mode and see what it did. Label, checkbox. Label, checkbox, label, checkbox. Good. Tour 0, 1, 2. I like how they named this tour date 0, 1, and 2. When you deal with JavaScript and PHP, 0 is 1. We don't think of 1 as 1 anymore. 1 is 0. So we'll start with 0 as 1. So you will know. All right, let's save this. All right, creating radio buttons is next. We're going to do a radio group. Do we have radio groups? Press enter right here and then come over here. Radio button group. Let's click on that. All right. Page 318. We're going to write travelers. How many travelers are we going to do? It's going to be label 1 is 1. All right. 1, 2. All capital, right? 3. 4. One more. We're not going to name it 4. We're going to name it more. So they're going to have to contact us. The one on the right is telling them what to do. It's the value. The one on the left is what you're going to see. So we're going to write here 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. And then click OK. 1, 2, 3, 4, or more. And before that, I'm going to write how many travelers. 1, 2, 3, 4 or more. And then here, I'm going to write which. I have got to get used to this keyboard. Which dates would you prefer? There we go. Now you noticed how when I pressed delete and got that up there, I pressed shift enter to go down 1. Sorry I didn't tell you about that, guys. If I press enter, it goes down like 2 spaces of just a paragraph. But if I only do Shift Enter, it goes down 1. It does a BR tag, a breaking tag. And that's what I did here too. Let's save that. All right, we're almost there. Well, we're almost there to the PHP. That's not fun, right? All right, so 3, require disable focus form, tour date, name, tour 1, checked. No, we can't check those. And 1, 2, 3, 4. And then they're going to want to check them. You know, validation isn't required here. They want to check these because I'm sure if they want to go on a trip, they're going to check them. Okay. So next one is requirements. Going to use a text area icon. We got a text area icon probably at the top. Text. And we're going to name this one requirements and limitations. And then we're going to take this one and name this one requirements. I'm going to just take that word right there, copy it, click on the text field, paste it, and then make the R a lowercase r. And we're going to not do required. They can do this one if they want. What I would do is click on the field, use the arrow to the left, and then press Shift Enter to put that underneath. And then for size, I'm going to say 50. Maximum length, nothing. Value. I want to do, okay, this is not a text form. I want to do a, where is the, looking for text area. There it is, text area. I'm sorry, I didn't do the right one. I'm going to copy this. Copy. Get rid of this. Backspace. And then press text area. Highlight this. Paste. There we go. Press Shift Enter. Trying to get rid of the 2 little dots. There we go. Now clicking on this one, let's get the word requirements. Click on the text area and write requirements again. Get rid of the big R, make it a small r. And here we go. This is cool. Rows. We can do 5 rows and 50 columns. And let's see how big that gets. That's cool. How about 60 columns? Let's save it. Let's preview in the browser because we haven't done that yet. Name. Okay, I can put Mr. D here. Email. info@your.com. Which date do you prefer? The first one. How many travels? Or is it going to be just me? And requirements and limitations. I have none. Awesome. Now I'm just going to have to put a submit button down here. Okay, so this is looking good. Press enter. All right, incorporating text areas, we did that. Page 320 is working with lists. 321. Adding a submit button, page 322. Actually, page 323 at the top. We're going to do button. Submit button. Click on submit button. Let's click on the button here, submit. And we're going to name it in the ID field submit. And then select the node. Submit form. Disabled auto form, no validate, and encrypt, form encrypt, value. The value we're going to write email tour request. When you click up here, it's going to change. There you go, email tour request. All right, this is the name of it, so we don't want to touch that. We go to copy code mode. We'll see the input type is submit. Name is submit, ID is submit, value is email. your request. Design Command S. All right, that is making the form. Now, if you want to make it look good, you could bring it into a table. And that's going to take a lot of work. But this looks okay for what we have. It's simple. All right. Specifying a form action. Okay. So this is the most important part of the form. Let's go to, let me see, form ID, to action. Let's click on form here. The red part, you see that little red action right there? That little red arrows? Click on it and it selects the whole entire form. Down here, post method. We want to post it. What is post? What is get? What is default? Let's see. HTML provides you two built-in methods, get and post. For processing your form data, the get method transfers data by appending it to your URL. You see this method used most in search engines like Google and Yahoo. The next time you conduct a web search, examine the URL on the results page. You will see your research term tucked away somewhere after the domain name, usually bracketed by special characters. This is on page 325. The post method doesn't use the URL. Instead, it passes the data behind the scenes and places no limits concerning the amount of data. The post method doesn't cache the data, so no one can recover sensitive information, like your credit card or driver's license number, from the browser history. This method is used by most high-end data applications and online stores. The only disadvantage to using the post method is that you can't see how the data is being passed to the next page, as you can using get, which helps when you are troubleshooting application errors. So that's why this is hard too, because we're going to play around with that PHP, and that really hurts my brain. But we got to do it, right? We got to get it, we got to go. Code mode, you'll see that it says ID is ecotor, name is ecotor, and the method is post. There you go. Okay, so we have to have our post go to an action. Design. The action is, click on this folder. We haven't made the PHP page yet, right? So file name, let's click cancel, and we're just going to write here sign_up.php. I'm going to take this page, copy it, because I'm going to take that words and I'm going to make a new page out of it, right? Because I got to have a page name that. Now we got post ecotor. All right, everything's good. Page 326 is I want to make a new page. So let's save this one, Command S. Let's go to Files. And let's take the ecotor. Actually, let's take this page and go File, Save As, Sign Up_PHP, and save. Now it's going to seem a little different. Let's get rid of this form. Cool? Good. Now we're going to write thanks. Do we do an X? No, KS. Can't be cool. Thanks for signing up for the Paris ecotour. Oh, of course, we're going to go to Paris, right? And then you can write other things like if you need to contact us, go to the contact page. And then click here, have that go to the contact page for any other reasons. Okay, and then take this one and we're going to do a heading 4. Cool. Let's save that. Okay. All right, now here comes the hard part. You're like, okay, well, where's the hard part? Oh, here it is. It's coming up. It's a lot of just tedious stuff. Okay. This is all code. So let's go to code mode. Go to the top. It's PHP page, so we got to start writing some PHP right at the beginning. I press enter a couple times, then go up, and I'm going to write a opening tag, question mark, lowercase PHP. Enter. All right, now we know it's PHP. Woohoo! We're going to do a $, TO, space, equals, space, quote, oops, sorry about that. Hit the wrong button. Quotation marks, go inside the quotation marks and write your email address. I'm going to put my email address for school. Actually, I just make my email address go to my school email address. duffnerg@seminolestate.edu. Excellent. So then you guys can see if it works for me, and then it will work for you, right? All right, third line, $, and write the word subject. I don't know why that wasn't one for a drop down. Equals, quotation marks, semicolon. Inside the quotation marks, we're going to write Paris tour sign up form. So that will be the subject that the email we get. Or if you're doing this for a client, that's what's going to say in the subject line for your client. Paris tour sign up form. All right, press enter. And then we're going to do page 327. Message, $, message. Make sure everything is spelled correctly. Oh my God, really? You're going to die if you don't get it right. Equals. Then press enter. Quotation marks. Customer name. Make sure you spell it right. Capital C, customer name. And this is going to be in the email. So put a colon. After the quotation mark, put a space, then a period, then a space, then a $, an underscore, the word post in capital letters, a square bracket, open and closed. I'm sorry, I'm getting lost in here. Customer name, and then one quotation on both sides and write name. And this right here is what is going to be taken from here. That hooks up with that. So you get it. Get it? Got it? Good. All right. Let's talk about these periods. The period character, I don't even know that word, combines the text and the data variable into one string. Okay, so let's copy this. We're going to do it again. Paste it, and instead of customer name, I'm going to write email, because that's the email that they're going to provide with us. Now, in the book on page 327, they push this over so that everything is kind of easier to follow, which I totally go for. That's cool with me. Okay. One thing I forgot, at the end of that square bracket, I'm going to do a space, period, space, two quotations, go inside the quotation marks, do a \R \N, come outside of the quotation mark, press space bar, period. Oh my God. So like we found out before, period characters combine the text and data variables into one string. The code element RN inserts a new paragraph after the customer name. Insert this code after each form variable to put each piece of data on its own line. Let's save it. Control S to save.